Mitsubishi Materials.
I'm sure many of you watching have a game you played when you were younger that you hold very close to your heart. Maybe it's a game you always played when you came home from school, or maybe it's a game you played with your friends. Either way, games like that always feel really special, and for me that game was Mario Galaxy 2. When I was younger, I played this game all the time. It was just such a magical experience, and today I'd love to share my passion of this amazing game with you. When you first boot it up and choose your save file, you can pick a character's head to represent that save file. I know it sounds dumb, but I really like this detail, and it's kind of like the Mario head from Mario 64 that you get to play around with. Galaxy 2 has many little details like this, and I appreciate these things a lot. Anyways, the game starts out as you might expect, with Bowser kidnapping Princess Peach, and Mario needs to go save her. Mario gets shot into space by a Luma and sets off to save Princess Peach. Early on, Mario finds a spaceship which is owned by a fat Luma by the name of Lubba, and while we're on the topic of fat Mario characters, Nintendo went absolutely bonkers again and added brand new fat Mario characters. There's Yoshi, who gets inflated after eating a blue fruit. There's these Lumas that need to be fed star bits until they get so fat they explode and make a new level. And as I mentioned earlier, there's Lubba. I'm sure there's more, but those are the ones I can think of from memory. What is it with good Nintendo games and fat characters? Anyways, Lubba tells you that he needs stars not only to fix his ship, but also to use as fuel to get Mario to new locations. After you give him what he needs to repair his ship, he turns it into the shape of Mario's head. This ship is such an excellent hub world. Characters you meet on different planets will gather on the ship and just add so much life to it. There's even a room to look at all the cool power-ups you've discovered. It's also a great place to get comfortable with Mario's moveset, and I always had a lot of fun messing around with the place. Speaking of movement, Mario Galaxy 2 has the perfect balance of movement in a Mario game. You're a little more limited than you were in previous games, and this forces you to get creative with the stage itself. This is perfect, as almost all of the levels in Mario Galaxy 2 have amazing platforming segments, and really creative ideas that just lets you tackle the obstacles in whichever way you want. And the power-ups in this game just perfectly complement the platforming. The Cloud Flower lets you make up to 3 of your own platforms, and is probably my favorite power-up to use. It's just so satisfying and works so well. Another power-up you get is the Rock Mushroom. It turns Mario into a literal bowling ball, and while it bounces you everywhere, the levels that use it are extremely fun to play. Now, there's this one level in particular that I will always remember. It's called Cosmic Cove Galaxy, and right off the bat, it just feels magical. You start in this small beach area with extremely calming yet adventurous music. There's a Koopa and water in front of you, basically spelling out what you should do. In Mario Galaxy 2, you can use Koopa shells as a sort of jet to get around underwater. I remember the feeling of first entering the water with the Koopa shell. Enemies, fish, and penguins all around, and it just felt like something I had never felt before. As you move through the water, you eventually get to a cave that leads you to a much bigger area. It's simply beautiful, and there's coral and shells everywhere, with coins and other things that just made me want to explore the entire place. There's a tower in the middle of the water, and on top of it is a giant button. Once this button is pressed, the entire lake freezes over, giving you more to look at. Then you wall jump up a frozen waterfall to collect the star. To me, this is literally the perfect level, and that's kind of weird considering it's a water level in a Mario game. Just everything about it is perfect. The atmosphere is calming, the song is an actual masterpiece, and the concept of freezing over a lake to wall jump a waterfall is just so cool. The only thing I have to complain about this level is that the level doesn't last long enough, but it still has so much replayability with all the hidden coins and secrets. For this level alone, I would recommend Mario Galaxy 2 to literally everyone, but there is so much more on top of this level. I mean, there's even a remade version of Thwomp's Fortress. A lot of people have problems with a few of the galaxies, like the one where you have to roll a ball with a star in it, but honestly I've never had too much of an issue with these levels. Sure, they're a little difficult at times, but it's never controller smashing difficulty. I mean, come on, if 8-year-old me could do it, so can you. I have this traumatic memory of one of the levels. There was this galaxy where you need to beat Bowser Jr. with Yoshi by sending bullet bills back at him, but it felt impossible for younger me. After many failed attempts, I finally beat the boss, but you would not believe what happened. The power in my house went out right as I was about to deal the final blow. This was absolutely devastating for little baby Pumparum, and I just couldn't bring myself to play again. Many years later, I replayed Mario Galaxy 2 and kicked that boss's ass, and did what younger me would have wanted. I explored the rest of the galaxies and beat the game for the first time, and it just felt as magical as it did when I was a kid. Mario Galaxy 2 is amazing, and when I say you should play it, I really mean it. There is so much going for it, from the extremely creative level design to the fat characters and the innovative bosses. Mario Galaxy 2 is a masterpiece. Thank you for watching.